before the video starts, I just wanted to give a little bit of context to it. This was shot in the summer of 2025, so it is a little older, but no matter. Pretty much the context of the video: installing a new headlights, and just like a whole overview of the truck. But yeah, this will be your first time seeing the new truck. I do plan on doing an actual better reveal this summer of 2026, along with the bike that you saw in the first half of those shots. And if you want any bike content or anything or stuff like that, or yeah, just comment down below and I'll be sure to do it. But anyway, let's get right into the video.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the cinematics, but here it is. I've already done a few things to it because there's a whole story I got to get into, which I might get into in this video, maybe while I'm ranting. But I'll go ahead and show you what's done to it and what we're about to do to it now. But I got an S&B cold air intake, a Sinister Diesel blue spring upgrade with the like little plate thing that they got, where it's got the dog on it. I just did an oil change on it today. A few months ago did the fuel filters, and I had to pull the turbo, which I'll get into that later. I also threw on the newer style mirrors because I didn't like the old ones. The old ones that were on mine are these, where they got like the little switches on them, like the side markers like this. Just wasn't a big fan of them. Interior, nothing crazy. Got that radio, which I think I'm gonna take out and upgrade. I'm just not a big fan of it. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's got a 4-inch straight pipe. Still got the stock EGR on it, which we'll also get into that into a minute. But other than that, I think it's pretty much stock. We've deleted a few things. Like it had a resonator, that's gone. Had mud flaps, they're also gone now. I utterly hate mud flaps. A buddy of mine tinted it, so we got this big visor here, 5 on the sides and 20 on the windshield and the back glass. And other than that, it's pretty much stock. But we'll get into what we're doing today, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff. Today we're gonna do headlights. I got these bulbs here. This is stuff, hopefully this is all we're gonna need to do it, besides for like the wiring. But I probably won't show most of the wiring. Like I'll show it after I do it, but I'm not gonna show like the process of doing it. And then these are the headlights I got. I got these from Amazon. I've been watching another YouTuber who has a truck identical to this one. I think his is a little older than mine though. This is a 06 F250 XLT with the 6.0. I think his is the older model where he's got the leaves in the front. But it's Infamous Crew. He has one like this. It's white, has a tan on the bottom as well. And he had put these headlights in his 6.0, and I really like them. So I went to his link in the description. I got a pair. So yeah, that's the headlights I chose, and we're gonna throw them on. But I guess now we'll get into the other stuff of what all happened to this truck, why it's been forever since you guys got to see this thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna set up the stand and I'll stand here and talk to you guys. But yeah, so give me a quiet sec, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so let's get into the whole reason it's been forever since you guys have gotten to see this. I think it's been about a month. So I'm gonna try to do a long story short, but yeah, so pretty much I had picked the truck up not too far from here. I'm not gonna disclose my location for obvious reasons, but my dad had knew the guy who owned the dealership. They had went to high school together, and he had backed for him because that's where he got his 6.0, which I'll show you guys. You guys have already seen it from my TikTok and probably in the background of other YouTube videos. I'll show it too after all this. But yeah, so he picked his up there. I was already a little skeptical because he had lied to my dad about his truck. He was like, yeah man, it's bulletproof, studded and all that. I checked over his truck, it's not. It's been deleted, but not the exhaust. It is not studded and has not been bulletproof. So he lied once. And so I looked over this truck before I got it. Everything seemed all right. Took it for a little bit of a test drive, a good little ways. Took it to my main mechanic that I trust with everything. And he said, seems all right. If you want to go ahead, pull the trigger on it, go for it. So I did. I got the truck. Wasn't even a week later, I started having a bunch of problems with it. I'd drive it around town, and when I would go from a stop and get back on it, it would lug, didn't want to go, and it would just blow out a bunch of white and black smoke, and then it would go then. It would do that all the time, pulling the dump trailer, driving around town, nonstop. Then on the interior, when you close the doors and it was locked, the interior lights wouldn't go off at all. So that was a huge problem. Half the instrument cluster, there's no lights on them. The radio, I don't think is wired up properly. The cab mounts are utterly shot. And, you know, I just expected a little bit better quality from where this guy is trying to portray himself. And so I went back to him, like, I'm not trying to be picky or anything by any means. Like, I know it's a used car dealership. It's not going to be perfect. But from what I have experienced from my mechanic, because he also sells vehicles, he usually fixes everything that he notices. And that's why I always like to go to him. But at the time, he didn't have a big diesel truck. What he did is just a little bit out of my budget and price range. I only had a little bit to work with, and it was too much. So I went back to the guy I bought this from to see if he'd make it right. He said he would, to take it up to his mechanic. I agreed. I took it up there on a Monday morning, early. Their sign said they opened at 8. I sat there for an hour, nobody got there till 9. Didn't think much of it. It's Monday morning, probably not wanting to come in. I can understand it. I talked to the guy. He even takes me home and everything. About Wednesday, I had called, because this truck is my whole livelihood. It's my daily driver. It's my work truck. It's how I do everything. I didn't have a vehicle now. I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to just like keep these guys on the ball, not trying to annoy them by any means. I know it's horrible to be annoyed. I also do not like it. So I called Monday. I was like, hey, not trying to annoy you guys or anything, but you know, the truck's my livelihood. When do you guys think you're going to be done? Like, any progress? They had told me it's in the shop now. We got the turbo out. We're working on it. There's a rat's nest under your turbo too. I was like, well, that's great. Okay, well, just let me know. Next Monday rolls around. I was like, okay, well, it's been a week. I'm going to call again, check. Hey guys, me again, Wesley. They go, oh yeah, your Ski-Doo, they're out by the lake right now. I was like, Ski-Doo? Lake? Why aren't they at the lake? It's a truck. They're not at the lake. They're not at the lake. Your truck's in the shop. They're working on it right now. I was like, okay, just let me know. Wednesday, this is now next Wednesday. I finally had enough. I needed the truck. I didn't care what shape it was in. I was just going to fix myself at this point. I called back up there. Hey guys, I'm not trying to annoy you. I really just need to know some progress. Like, I know some of you guys in the comments might be like, well, you're being annoying. I could understand it from their point of view, but I was trying not to be annoying. Just bear with me, guys. I called again. I could tell that she's aggravated. I don't know if it was at me or something had happened. And I was like, really just wanted to know what's going on. And I had went up there the night before Monday. So Tuesday night, I had went up there. I already knew the truck was sitting outside. I got into it from the like little latch thing on the side. I knew the number. I got into it. I popped the hood. I already knew the situation the truck was in and everything. So I called them. They lied to me and they go, your truck's in the shop. They're working on it now. They're finishing it up. I go, okay. Well, that's strange because it was sitting outside. She goes, why are you calling me a liar? I was like, well, no, but I just know where I saw it last night because I went up there. Your truck has never been outside. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. You calling me a liar? I was like, you know what? I have finally snapped. I was like, you know what? I am calling you a liar because I know the truck's sitting outside. I know the shape it is in, and I'm done. I'm fed up. I'm coming to get it. I don't know what snapped in her, but she's like, you know what? No, you're not coming to get it. You can't have it back. No. And she hung up on me. I was like, that's great. So I did what a reasonable person would do in this situation. I had called the police department. I told them the situation. They told me they'd come down there with me. So my buddy lent me his car so I could come down there. Shout out Nick. He'll be in next upcoming video. So I go down there with my girlfriend. Cop meets us. On the way up there, they call me back and they go, you know what? Yeah, come get your pile of junk. We don't want to look at it no more. I was like, well, okay. So as soon as we pull up, I let the cops know. 2 cops had came, which was nice of them. I appreciate them. Shout out everybody's local police department. So one cop had got the keys from him, and I was talking to the other one, giving him the lowdown of everything. They seemed to understand. So I had popped the hood, and I'll show you guys what they did. So I popped the hood, and the only thing they did was they took the EGR valve out, which I'll circle it if I can see it. They took that EGR valve out and put a blocker plate there. And because of that, the truck wasn't exactly running right. It was just constantly sucking soot down the intake, and it didn't want to go over 10 miles an hour. And there was a few other things they had also did to it that I didn't even notice at the time. So there's a gas station near right where that was. So I pulled it in over there. I told the cops, like, hey, I'm just gonna get a wrecker to come get it. It's not acting right and I need to take the car back to my house. They understood, and they're in a bit of rush at this point. There was some other stuff happening. I go, yeah, you can go. I don't need any help. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your service and so on. So they had left. I sat at the gas station waiting on a tow truck, and we sat there for probably about an hour, and I made sure it was okay with the gas station to be there and everything. They didn't mind. About 20 minutes goes by, the shop closed, and they all came over to this gas station. I don't know if they were trying to intimidate me or what, but it wasn't working. I just stayed in the car. I stayed quiet. I made sure to film everything, which I don't want to show any of it at this moment. And I'm not going to say any names right now because I might end up pursuing something with this. I'm going to have to talk to my accountant about all this and to try to get some advice whether we should pursue legal action against them for everything they did or what. But they did a lot of damage, and some you can still see at certain parts. But eventually the wrecker comes, we get it back to my house. I had put a new EGR valve in it, which was like $206. Then I come to discover they shoved a rag in the fan and it had sucked it up through there and it just threw it around it. It didn't break anything, luckily, but that was aggravating. And then I don't know what this was, but they threw something at the side of the bed and it left a huge stain down the bedside, which I might include a picture of that on screen. If I do, you'll see it now. If not, ignore it. But yeah, they did that, and they didn't give me my EGR valve back either. They didn't do any of the things I had asked of them, and I don't know if they just didn't realize that I actually know stuff about trucks. I work on trucks. I've worked on cars and trucks ever since I was 15, younger. So I know a few things. I did my research in this truck before I even got it. So they didn't delete it, and I knew for a fact they didn't, because I looked down in there, the cooler was still in there, the wide pipe stuff was still all in there. I even gave them the kit to do it. Shout out Comets Garage, got it from there. So I gave them everything they had to do. All they had to do was install it, and the guy was going to pay the labor. Didn't do any of that. And I get a call from the person I had bought the truck from. He goes, I don't know what you're even talking about. Your truck's fine. He drove it. It's running perfectly fine. I go, not to be rude, but I know it's not running fine. I have people to back me up, and I have evidence that's not fine. It is everything but. So it's just been a whole big ordeal, but at this point in time, I'm going to find a different mechanic, have them fix everything, and what I can do on my own, I'm going to fix on my own. And this life lesson, guys, do not buy stuff from shady individuals and don't go shady mechanics. I've learned my lesson. I didn't ever think this was going to happen to me, but it did. It can happen to anybody, guys. So just take my advice with a grain of salt if you want. I'm not going to force nothing on nobody, but this has just happened to be what happened to me. So Just want to let you guys know where the truck has been. And yeah, there's still some other funky things going on with it, but I'm not going to disclose anything else right now where, you know, yeah, but if I do, it'll all be in the next video and I'll talk about it probably towards the end. So if you don't want to hear me listen and blab on, yeah. But without further ado, guys, let's get into this install. All right, so this is what we're going to be using. I got these from Advance Auto. They're probably not the best thing in the world, but this is what I went with. And I got a little tiny ratchet here to get these bolts off. You're also going to have to take the grill off. You got 4 bolts up here, and then you'll take a flathead screwdriver to the bottom of the grill to get these clips down here off. And then there should be 4 bolts on the headlights, 2 up here and 2 down here, and you got to take the grill off to get to them. So that's why we got to do that. So let's get into that. All right, guys, so this is what I'm going to be using. It's not an exact fit, but I'm using a 7/32, not going to focus, but that's the bit I'm using. It doesn't entirely fit it, but it's enough to get it off and tight. So go ahead and take these 4 bolts off up here. I'm tightening that. So go ahead and take these 4 bolts off, and always make sure to keep up with your bolts. You don't want to lose them. I usually just keep them up here. That's what I do, but if you guys have a magnet tray, I would definitely use one of those. You don't want to lose these bolts. You definitely need them. So go ahead and loosen these bolts, get them out. Only 4 of them, not too bad. This will be the second time I've owned a Ford. My first Ford was a 06 or 07 Mustang GT. I really liked that car. It was fun to work on. Yeah. And then next you'll get a flathead screwdriver. That's the one I got. Go ahead and pull this back and you just snake it down in here. Get these tabs pulled out. And once I get it out, I'll show you guys what I'm doing, in case you're following along. Because I know how it is when you get a YouTube video and they don't show you anything of what they're doing. A little aggravating, because then you gotta just go and figure it out on your own. Yeah, all right. Go ahead and show you guys what I did there. All right, so let's see. So there's these little tabs right here. There's a little nub right here, and you'll be able to get the flathead like right in between there, and you just shove it down and then pull back on it, and they just go like right here in these grooves here. And you just do that. You go along. I usually start in the middle, and I'll work this way first, then pull back on the grill, and then go this way with it to get everything off. Go ahead and set this down somewhere so I don't lose it. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna start with this headlight over here. Make sure you guys can see that. You cannot, so let me bring you guys over here. A little crooked, but it works. So I'm gonna start with the top bolt. It's a little hot out today, guys, and the sun is in my eyes, so that's why I'm wearing sunglasses. You know how that is, don't want sun in your eyes. And it's definitely an intimidating truck to work on at times, but just don't be intimidated, guys. I was intimidated at first. Like, I was even intimidated to do an oil change on it today, but I managed it, and I managed to pull the turbo and stuff by myself. So if I can do it, guys, anybody can do it, because I don't know what I'm doing. I look up a lot of stuff on YouTube, and shout out to, shout out Sinister Diesel and a lot of them for having YouTube videos and stuff up on how to do a lot of this stuff on these 6.0s. And I forgot his name, but Sinister Diesel had shouted him out. He has a video up on YouTube on how to pull a turbo. It's not the greatest, like, picture quality, video quality wise, but you can tell what he's doing, and he walks you through it a lot. And he did pass away, unfortunately, like a while ago. So rest in peace to him. If I can figure out his name later, I'll give him the shout out he definitely deserves. But right now I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, it's just those 4 bolts up here, 4 bolts down here. And just pull it out. Then get your connectors off. And then I usually just pull the whole headlight bulb on the bottom. And then that's it. So on the bottom side, make sure you guys can see this. You got a bolt there and a bolt there, and it just comes right out. Lay this down over here. Then I usually I pop this one out, and then I just take these 2 plainly out. You're still gonna use this bulb, but I got a new headlight bulb, so go ahead and remove this. So it should just be a tab right here. Should come out. A little stubborn. Okay, well, I just broke it, so that's great, guys. That happens. Oh, well. Can't get them all and can't win everything, guys. It is like almost a 20-year-old truck. It's an 03. It ain't gonna be perfect. Things are gonna break. That's what they make zip ties for. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure these new bulbs will work before we get on and do all this work and they don't work, because if you guys have ever done that before, you know how that goes, and it's not fun. It definitely sucks. I've never actually had a set of brand new LED bulbs like this, so looks like it comes with some little O-rings and some zip ties and a manual. Then you got the bulbs themselves. I'll pull one out and show you guys. Got little fans on them. So these are the bulbs. Got little fans. I imagine it's a straight plug and play. Still getting over a cough. And yeah, so that does not go straight in. So this is why we check. It'll plug into that. I guess that's what it'll plug into. Ah, yeah, that is what it plugs into, guys. That was a marker light. We all make mistakes, so laugh if you want now. So I'm gonna put this back in there and put that marker light back in. So yeah, I'm not gonna edit that out. You know, everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Everybody does. Probably zip tie this down so it doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't appear like it's going to, but still might, just be safe. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I imagine you guys don't want to watch that, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I got this headlight in, this one almost in. I want to go show you guys what I did, but this one's all the way in, working good, perfect. This one I haven't got the plastic wrap off, and not sure what those are, but whatever. But I got everything all wired up and connected. So with the wires here, what you're gonna do with them, your marker light here, it doesn't actually show. It's like right here in these, and you just splice into them. Positive is the brown wire, negative is the black wire. And just splice into them and connect everything up. I got it with some like butt connectors and all put together and then electrical taped over it. And then got everything put back in there, the turn signal, the light itself, marker light. And I'll show you everything once I get it fully in. And obviously I'm gonna have to adjust them, but I'm gonna have to wait till night, and then you adjust it with the screw here, just a Phillips screwdriver to adjust them. It's been a long day. And I gotta take these little things off the back of them. Shows left and right which way is which one. And eventually we're gonna wire this fan up too. Just a little extra fan. I do not have it wired right now. I made a wiring thing for it, but the wires weren't big enough and they were getting hot, so I gotta get some bigger wires. But yeah. So let's get the rest of this knocked out and I'll show you the product. Alright. Here it is, guys. Not too bad at all. Don't mind the dent. Not too bad at all. I swear, like every Ford around here has a dent like that. That one has a dent right there too. Anyway, they look pretty good though. I think they're good bang for your buck headlight. I think next mod is gonna be new grill, because this one's chrome wrap is coming off, and I just don't like the grill. I think it looks a little tacky, and I just don't like it. The one Infamous Crew put on his Ford, I think I'm gonna do that style too. I'm not trying to copy the dude by any means. I just like the way his looks and the style of his. And yeah, but we'll check out this one now. So this is an 05 F350 with a dent in the exact same spot. The neat little thing about this, it is an XL, but it's a manual. Neat. And it's got a flatbed. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, headlights are done. For the most part, I still gotta adjust them tonight, but heck yeah.